about today's topic. So today we talk about management and business, which is a broader cover. And I'm happy to have our three guests from German universities. And today is like a nice lineup because we have master, MBA, and even a bachelor's program. So it's all different. But first, who is behind today's session? This is My German University, a database of English taught study programs. If you want to, and I guess you want to study fully or partially in English, you can use this study finder to search for programs. By the way, in case you also want to search for German taught study programs, you can also find them in our database now. This study finder is very user-friendly because the filters that you are seeing, which is a demo version, of course, they can be combined. There are lots of details that you can already adjust while searching for a program so that you are not looking at, I don't know, hundreds of programs individually, and you already know which will be accepting your portfolio. We also have articles. Those articles are really useful. We have country-specific and general articles about different topics related to studying in Germany, be it, I don't know, 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈 or language requirements, some motivation letter, sample or recommendations, scholarships, etc., etc. Those articles are even translated in multiple languages as our team is very international, and I will show you it in a second. And of course, we always try to stay connected. For that purpose, we have two groups of webinars, subject and general webinars. In general webinars, my colleague Marie and Oliver from January are sharing information about broader topics like UniAssist, scholarship, visa, generally studying in Germany. And there we also have this component of Q&A, live Q&A, and you are welcome to share your questions about those broader topics there as well. And we have subject webinars like the one you are attending right now. And we are very thankful for the guest speakers for presenting themselves as study programs and even more answering questions. And especially if I was at your place and I was applying to a study program, it would be really cool to have this direct interaction and also in case I had questions to get the answers right away. And as I have mentioned, the team, very international from different countries, also speaking multiple languages. And another benefit is that there is a view of expats who have studied in Germany, for example, as me, as I came as an international and studied here, but at the same time, the perspective of Germans, so that you can then combine this mixture of information in order to start successfully your next semester in Germany. All right, now a short overview of degree programs in management and business. So as I told you, the filters of the study finder are much more than on a demo version. So each of this breakdown has lots of options. And of course, you wouldn't go and check 1,509 programs individually. And the very natural breakdown will be into bachelor and master. And then you can adjust all the different things. For example, in terms of requirements, if you are not ready to start your studies with German language right now, you could select English-only options. But believe me, today it will be advised a lot of times that you need to have some German skills to make your life easier, even if you will not be studying fully in German. Then you can apply program features, for example, the requirement about work experience. Another thing is about finances. If you are ready to pay a certain amount, you can also adjust here. Application in terms of deadline, and very important is also in terms of requirements. In case you already have your English test scores available, you can filter for programs that are accepting your specific IELTS or TOEFL program, and in the number then will be already lower. If you just want to know how it feels studying business administration or management in Germany, then you can check out the subject pages where there is a general overview of ranking, tuition fees, application, admission requirements, and language requirements of programs that are available. However, please note that those application and admission requirements especially are very broad. So even today, you will hear that all the programs have different requirements, different application documents, and language requirement is also always different. Therefore, you need to be very careful in this regard and check selected programs individually. We also advise not to be guided by single aspects like name or ranking or cities, rather than checking the profile of a study program, because this is the most important, as you will be dedicating your time and efforts and also finances to that program. Briefly about the university differences in Germany. So not in many countries there are universities and universities of applied sciences. For Germany, there is no big difference, or not any longer, because in case you want to know about historic differences, we do have an article about it. But today I just want to mention that usually universities offer programs that are more research or theory oriented. At the same time, universities of applied sciences usually have programs that are application and practice oriented, but of course there could be exceptions on both sides, and today we have two professors and they are also in a better position to speak about it. In case you have questions about that, you are welcome to ask this. What else? Another suggestion will be checking programs not only by program name, but also subject, because not all programs are called purely master or bachelor in management or business. There are name variations. So either feel free to play around with words or start guessing the program names, or better search by subject, which then provides you list of programs in that subject, and then of course, as I mentioned, you can always narrow down. Now, this technical and not that interesting part is over, because I'm happy to give the floor or virtual mic to Professor Dr. 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥, who will be talking about master's level program in strategy and organization. The location of the university and quick facts about the program are on the slide. I stop sharing, and yeah, it's all yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nino, for giving me the opportunity to present our university and our program today. And I'm very glad about it, and I hope that everybody out there can hear me well and will be able to follow. I'm going to share my screen now, and I can already start by noticing that, just as Nino said, not all management programs are called management, and this is one. So our master program is called Strategy and Organization, but this is a management degree. My name is 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥. So 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥, and I'm the coordinator of this program. I'm also teaching quite a number of modules on this program, and I've been with 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 University for over 8 years now. Enjoying it a lot, and especially in this program, which is very international. It's a lot of fun to teach management. I'm German, but I have an international background professionally, because I really spent most of my formative years in England at the University of Cambridge, where I did my PhD. Well, 𝘱𝘱𝑡𝑡𝑒n is one of town, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝑥 another town in the west of Germany. And 𝘱𝘱𝑡𝑡𝑒n is really the city where the university is located. The parts in 𝘱𝘢𝑡𝑡𝑒n are just really small. So let's discover 𝘱𝘱𝑡𝑡𝑒n. It's contrary to what people think about this very industrialized part of Germany in the west. 𝘱𝘱𝑡𝑡𝑒n is actually quite green, and a small city with only 100,000 people, very affordable. A lot of culture around, also because of the other cities in the area. It's a metropolitan area. And although it has this industrial history, it is actually clearly very green part of Germany, and with lots of water and a nice atmosphere also around our campus. We are a special university in Germany because we are a university, but a private one. The universities in Germany are usually state-run, but we are a privately run university, and the first of its kind. So we are different from the large state universities because we are a smaller university, only 3,000 students roughly, most of them actually in our medical faculty. In the social science and economics faculty, we have small groups and a very good student-teacher ratio, so that you really interact a lot with the professors and the students interact a lot with each other. There are a lot of student initiatives where students work on extracurricular activities, and we are always impressed how much they are doing there outside of their studies. But let's come to the study program itself. Here are the most important facts. So this is a Master of Science, indicating that there's a strong research emphasis, but our university in general has a very strong application focus as well. So we are really combining theory and practice very strongly. But the Master of Science does have a large research component. It's a full-time program. We always start in the winter semester, that is in October. It's a 4-semester program. Our standard enrollment per year is 25 students. And this is a course that you can do completely in English. Some of the electives are offered in German, but this is a very small percentage. So if you're not able to follow classes in German, you have a really rich full program in English. There's no semester abroad that is compulsory, but it is very strongly recommended, and many of our students do it with the help of the network that we have and a lot of experience with partner universities around Europe and around the world. You can apply at any time of the year, so it's rolling applications. We have selection seminars which are organized throughout the year. Whenever there's a significant group of applications, we will evaluate them. So there are interviews involved, but this happens all year round. So the earlier you apply, the earlier you find out if you can start in October, and the earlier can also start any other procedures such as getting a visa. This is a program that builds onto a bachelor's in economics, business management, or closely related fields. So the Master of Science in Strategy Organization is only open to you if you have at least partly, a degree in business and economics. We are very good and very quick at finding out before you apply if you fulfill the requirements. So you can do a quick check with our applications office. They take a quick look at your degree, at your transcript from your bachelor's, and they can tell you if it's fine or not before you actually send your application. So if you have not studied anything related to economics or business, unfortunately, this program is not for you. But if you have a mixed degree like engineering and business, or psychology and business, or something like that, you should be able to apply. The spirit of the program is to educate responsible leaders who think and act strategically, organizationally, and ethically. So within the field of management, we emphasize strategy and organization, and also ethics. But let's stick with strategy and organizations. These are really holistic topics in management, and that matches our ambition to really educate people who are willing to take overall holistic responsibility for businesses, and who would like to be in leadership positions very early on in their careers. It's not a specialist program, but a rather generalist program for people who are thinking broadly and strategically about business. So it looks like this. So when you arrive in your first semester, there's a kickoff project, which is really cool because it's run together with a company who have a topic, a question, a pressing thing in their own, a pressing project in their own business. And the new students get together in teams and try to offer suggestions to this company. And so within 1 week, they work quite intensively on this case and offer solutions. This is great for getting to know the other students, but also for getting to know German business and dealing with real life problems right away. Then there are also 2 more theoretical parts at the beginning, a class on theories of strategic management and a class on theories of organization. If you have done these subjects before, it will be a great refresher. If you are relatively new to them, this is getting you up to speed for the rest of the program. In the main program, you have a lot of choice. I have a list of modules with me, but I don't want to present you every single module. The main structure is that you can take further electives in the major of strategy or the major of organization, but also other electives in economics and family business and various other exciting topics in the so-called individual study profile. The master thesis towards the end of the program is quite substantial. 30 credits out of 120. That is a large chunk, and this shows how important the thesis is to us. You will be supervised by a professor very closely, working on your own topic of your own choice. So you develop the idea for your research together with the professor, and then you work on it guided by the professor. There's also our very exciting Studium Fundamentale, which is 15 credits that you take outside of management for your own personal development. And then, since it's a Master of Science, we do emphasize research methods. Some of our students, I would say about 25%, go on to do a PhD. So our program is very good for preparing you for doing a PhD later on. But also the other 75% that go into industry and business, they also benefit from these research methods because you have really advanced analytical skills that you can also use outside of research in the narrower sense. Here are 2 pictures. At the bottom, the one is in my office. So a typical situation, how I meet with students in my office to either give them feedback on their work, or in this case, in this photo, I was talking to a group of students before they gave a presentation in class. So they come and get a little bit of feedback from me before they present in front of a large group. And so this is very, very close and personal and individual. The picture at the top left is just from one of our seminar rooms. As you can see, it's a mixed, diverse group. I think the atmosphere at our university is quite relaxed and supportive. Students are working together, learning together, and not as competitive as maybe as other business schools. This picture shows me with 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 Neuhaus-Galladay. She was actually the first student graduating from this program about 5 years ago, and her case is exciting because she managed to first of all, she managed to do the program within the four semesters, and she did an internship with BMW, with the famous German car company BMW. So she actually did an internship in Munich with BMW, and at the same time conducted her master thesis project with the company. So this is quite typical, to do your research for an academic project, but together with a company supporting you. And interestingly, she also, before this, she did a semester abroad in Australia at Bond University. So 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 was really had the full experience of intensive studies in Witten, a semester abroad in Australia, and then industry experience in the last part of her studies. She then worked afterwards for an IT consulting company for several years, and then returned to Witten to become sustainability officer in the family business of her family. So she is going to be leading the family business together with her brother. But at the moment, their father is still active too. So this is quite a typical student for us. We have many students with a family business background, but about 20%, I would say. But the others come from like all kinds of other backgrounds, but very often take an interest in family businesses too. So I have just one more slide really that I wanted to show. And then I have backup slides, but maybe only for later if it's necessary. Our application requirements, yes, Nino pointed this out as well. It's very important that you check them before. So we can really tell you before you apply if you are fulfilling the requirements. This is not that we are already giving you or guaranteeing you a place. There is a different selection procedure afterwards, but which also involves personal interviews. But we can at least check the formalities if you're sort of eligible. And of course, we need complete documents and so on. Quite important for us in Witness also that your motivation letter that you need to include is really specific to us and to Witten. I'm sorry if this sounds a little bit strange, but we really think we are special. We are very proud of the way we teach and the way we work together. And so we would like to see that from the applicants as well. So if you are sending us a standard letter that you are sending to 25 other universities as well, we notice that and we don't like that. We really want you to show that you want us, and then we probably want you too. So take your time for the motivation letter. It's an MSc, so your academic interest is also very important to us, that you're really keen on studying management further, but also we would like to see your practical interest in becoming a responsible leader, which you can show us just by explaining how in your life so far you have been a person who doesn't shy away from responsibility and who's keen to make a difference. Yes, we have selection interviews, so you will speak to two people, two times two people, but not only professors, also people from industry, researchers from the university, students from the university are part of our selection committees. So various people will meet you online and then decide if they offer you a place. And it's very important that this works well technically if you're from abroad. And yes, don't wait too long with your application. You can apply at any time. And especially if you're applying from outside of Europe, the sooner you apply, the earlier you get your place. We tell you about if you're successful or not right after the selection interviews, like 1 or 2 days after the interviews, you will know if you have an offer. And then if you have an offer and you want to accept it, you can start working on all the other formalities around it that, as we know, if you're not from Europe, not from Germany, can take a little bit longer. That's really it from me at this point. I have more slides about the specific modules we're offering, but I feel that I've already used 15 minutes. I think I was able to start a little bit before 1/4 past, so I should also finish a little bit before 1/2 past. Thank you so much for your attention, and I look forward to your questions in the Q&A later on. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the nice presentation, all the details. You answered most of the questions with the presentation, but maybe somebody joined later, so we will discuss them a bit later again. And yeah, as I already mentioned, dear attendees, you hear all programs are unique, and that's a really nice part. That's why you need to check the program profiles and then decide accordingly. All right, so now I share my screen. And I'm happy to have Professor Dr. Johannes Stephan with us to talk about International Business and Resources in Emerging Markets, MBA, from 𝘗𝘀 Academy Freiberg. And yeah, of course, Professor will help better present.
It's a very interesting presentation from the University Witten. Yes, as my colleague quite rightly said, the universities all have their own specialization, and our program has yet a different specialization. So we are not going to be starting off in a competitive fight. The first thing you saw in the map of Germany is that Freiberg is far east, the wild East. of Germany. That means it's a very interesting region. It's a region that used to live under socialism and now has come out of a transformation process in a really, really strong way. Not all regions in the former GDR have come out as winners, but we did. Part of the reason is Freiberg always used to be a very rich town because of its silver mining. That changes the perception of people and makes them very content of what they have. The university is very, very old. 1776 is the official date of the first marking of this university. Now, it's a mining university, so it has many faculties, of which some are specifically on mining and others include mining into the specializations of the professors working in this university. But of course, that doesn't mean that all is about mining, but there's quite a bit of mining in our university. It is a very strong research university in Germany. But it's very, very small, less than 4,000 students now, with a very large share of international students. We cooperate, which is usual for all universities. In our case, it's very obvious because we have such a narrow specialization of our university in topics, and therefore all mining universities in the world all belong to one network, and fortunately our network extends beyond that. We think that in our MBA program we offer excellent job opportunities because we do both. We ask you to do a practical approach to a academic education. We have intensive monitoring, and the study program, of course, is as a master program very short, 4 semesters. And you can actually do it in 4 semesters, and most students will also do that. Now, Freiberg is a charming medieval town. It's a very small town. Yeah? You don't need a car at all. At most, people have bikes, but it's all in walking distance. Very original architecture, as you can see on the far right top picture, which is the dome with a famous organ music instrument. Being in the East, we have low costs of living. Yeah? That does not compare to cities like Munich or Frankfurt or Hamburg, where you would have to pay 3 or 4 times the costs per month that in comparison you would have to pay here. All the infrastructure that we can offer is very, very modern. Dormitories are very modern, and we have seen in the previous university also very modern lecture rooms and offices of professors that we can fortunately also show. We have a lot of cultural offers in this university. In this town, I told you that this town used to be very rich with mining, with silver mining, and that is something that doesn't change very fast. So it is still there, and the city is very proud of having that. We have a lot of different nationalities because the town is small, the university is comparatively rather large, and therefore a large share of population on the street that you are likely to meet are going to be international people. And of course, the usual applies: sports facilities, library, and yeah, everything that you expect from a university. What is specific to our university is Europe's largest collection of minerals that we can offer, and that is a pulling factor for your parents and for your families and friends who want to come to visit you. This is the place that everybody will probably go to have a look at this very, very large collection and unique collection of minerals. It was a donation by a famous, very, very famous and rich woman who collected all her life, and then more collections were added to this, and that makes this huge mineral collection. Now to the program. Our program is called International Business and Resources in Emerging Markets. The resources pay tribute to the fact that the university is a mining university, so we will talk about natural resources. But as I said, it's not the only specialization that we have, and my own research specialization plus the one from some of our colleagues in the faculty is on international business. Therefore, somewhere between economics and business, not specifically, not too much on management. Of course, we have I think 2 economics professors and 15 management professors. So you see that the likelihood of getting economics topics in your modules is not too big, but still the program does have a stronghold in economics. It's 2 years. The academic year starts in October and ends in July. We don't have part-time study possibilities for you. We require full-time, and that has to be taken seriously too. Full-time means full-time. You don't have much time to work next to studying. To be honest, a large share of students still do work next to studying. I don't like to see this very much, but first I cannot prevent it, and second, if the grades are still very good, then of course I shouldn't mind at all. We have this 1 semester abroad at a partner university, but that is compulsory only in 1 specialization. That's a specialization on international business. If you specialize in resources and environment within the study program, then there is the possibility to go to a partner university in a foreign country, but you don't have to. Those partner universities are in Paris, they are in Trento, Italy, they are in Lappeenranta, that's Finland. We have some in Poznan, Krakow, and Gliwice, which is in Poland. We have 2 in China, Wuhan and Xiamen. And we do have some double degree options. One is still running with Paris, one is still in negotiation, and that's Poznan. And we have a double degree program with Wuhan, where you actually are able to achieve to get 2 certificates in the end, in the same time as you would get 1 certificate. It's not cheating. It's those study programs in those 2 partners where we have the double degree option have been aligned in the way that we can issue 2 degrees over the period of 2 years. All partners, as well as the center, our university, are tuition free and offer high quality in academics and didactics. Of course, we have this because we are a fully funded public university. Small class sizes, we typically have around 20, maximum 30 students in a class. The study program has around 20 students of new intake, and they are very, very intercultural, very, very diverse from different countries, different cultural backgrounds, and we actually try to use this for our teaching and extracurricular activities of students. So in total, it's a small and very intimate university. Disadvantage is you cannot hide so easily. If you shy and say, I want to hide in a very, very large university, then you better go to Munich or to Berlin or overcrowded universities where teaching is not guaranteed because you don't have access. Here, in our case, Witten is probably exactly the same. You are you get all the access that you need in order to excel in your education. My colleague was really very good in presenting his conditions of admission, and in particular, thank you very much for pointing out the motivation letter. And I just read one motivation letter that said, I want to study in, and then there was a square bracket, Freiburg University, which is wrong town. And the square bracket showed me that the letter has been used for several universities. And then I checked the motivation more carefully, whether there are really reasons why the student want to study in our university and not in any other one. And I also checked the program for Freiburg, the wrong town that was mentioned. And of course, the student was not admitted for obvious reasons. So thank you very much for my pre-speaker. That applies to you, to us just as well. We require, of course, a high command of English, but it is a foreign language, so not too high. It's also a foreign language for me. So TOEFL 95 and IELTS 6.5 is not too high. It's possible to manage, but we need a minimum level so that we can have our interactive discussions in class. Because it is so difficult to evaluate the quality of your previous educations, and because we have an MBA where we expect you to have some job experience, work experience, the grades that you achieved in your bachelor's may not be so telling, and therefore we have the GMAT or the GRE that we require you to do and show that you are able to master around a level that equals a a percentile of around 50. The deadline, we don't have continuous enrollment anymore, and that's because our university administration was overburdened with too many applicants. So you see the study program is in high demand. We are able to select around 20 out of 500 applicants each year. So we had to make a stop system, and that's a deadline. And the deadline is 15th of April. And again, the hints you heard before are very, very relevant. We also try to be very, very fast to give you the time that you need to apply for visa. Sometimes in some countries, visas take actually much longer than that. We don't allow you to come late. So if you fail the start of the study program because of visa processes taking too long, that signals to you that after being admitted to our study program, you immediately go and ask for an interview for visa purposes. You don't need to speak German at all. The university and the city is quite welcoming foreigners who don't speak German, which in East Germany is not always the case if you read newspapers on Germany, but in Freiberg it's a good place to be as a foreigner. And we require students' ability to self-organize. And here is probably the biggest difference to my pre-speaker. We don't have the resources to organize what he showed you as one-to-one supervision. We have to be a bit more careful, publicly funded. We don't have additional resources. We have to ask students to be able to organize their studies themselves. We give them everything they need. We give them a little bit of support in the beginning, and from then onwards, students have to swim themselves. Yeah, this is the advantage that my pre-speaker was able to point out for his university. This is the study program. We have a general compulsory set of modules, which is trying to get you all to understand what is science, method of analysis. And we teach you one of the very important ingredients into those methods, which is econometrics. That pays tribute to the fact that we are a research university, and the method of statistical analysis and probability analysis held together, which we call econometrics, is something that not only is used in economics, but is very much used in management just as well today, starting with marketing and then operations management and things like that. Then we have a module that also tries to get you all on the same level, and that's called professional communication. How do you communicate within firms and from outside into firms? And finally, the more topical module that is a compulsory one, and that's the international development and resources. And here you can see the economic focus of the study program. Yeah, so we are dealing with students from emerging markets. So we want to know about emerging markets, and we want to discuss management and business from the perspective of emerging markets. That's why international development or economic development forms a very important part in this program. And then we have the split between international business specialization and in green resources and environment specialization with their own modules. And this then is around, well, 30 to 50% of the study program, and the rest is then done in partner universities, and a really large variety of electives that you can choose from, and free electives that you can decide completely yourself in what direction you want to go to. Here is a list, an example of modules that I keep changing and keep updating, and you can see a really, really large variety of different offers that you can choose from. I'm not going to point out any, but the ones that you have seen already here on top, the ones that I explained to you a little bit, and the core modules for the two respective specializations. Yeah, and a large list of electives that you can choose from. So the double degree option I wanted to point out, because that's something really particular about our university. We put in a lot of effort to try to make ends meet for the idea of getting a study program so internationalized that we have a complementary partner, meaning the study program in 100% is split into 50, where the 50% is done at home, and the other 50% can either be done at home or nearly the same at the partner university. So in total, you can decide to study in Freiberg and stay in Freiberg, or you can say, I want to study in Freiberg and I want to get to know yet another university in another foreign country, which could be Poland, Hungary, Paris, France, and Italy or Finland. And if you're really adventurous, you also may want to go to India and Hyderabad, or China in Wuhan or Xiamen, or even right now, not so easy, in Russia, Moscow. We have a partner university there, but of course, right now nobody wants to go there. So that is certainly a unique selling proposition that our study program can offer to applicants, to students. So yeah, I'm the product director. This is a younger version of me today in this picture. Still the same person, still very eager to try to get the best offer for international students, in particular from emerging markets. And we have an international office and a person dedicated to our study program, specifically in the admin office, so that you are fully, that you're not left alone, that you're fully covered from the academic side and the admin side. So you won't get lost in our university. If you want to know a little bit more about our university, we of course have an internet page that tries to explain. I just made a screenshot of the starting page, of the most important maybe. And here you want to either watch a little video that I did with a alumnus and another student of the MBA program, myself. One is from Iran, Nino is happy, and another one is from Nigeria. And incidentally, the Nigerian student decided to not go to industry like nearly everybody else, to start a beautiful career, but he was doing a PhD. And what you want to go first probably is into the page of the MBA program that explains all the ins and outs of the application process and the specializations and the modules inside specializations, so that you know what you're dealing with if you decide to have a look at our study program. Yes, and that's basically what I wanted to say. And I think I used up all my time.
Yes. So thank you very much, Professor, for the presentation. It's always nice to listen to you. And yeah, thank you very much for all the details.
My pleasure.
Today, the visa topic was already mentioned a few times. So I decided to post an article about visa processing time. And in this article, you approximately know how many weeks the embassies, German embassies in your countries take to process the process. And I can of course confirm that it's very bureaucratic burden, but you need to make it possible. And this will be your first step entering Germany, because once you enter, then you need to be very, very organized in terms of studying, in terms of registering yourself correctly, applying for residence permit, and all the details. So yeah, I would just agree with everything that was advised. Apply early and may be always very organized in this regard. And in case you want, you can also check out the visa webinar because we also mentioned those details there. Now, last but not least, we have Isabella Kern from Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg talking about Bachelor's in Science International Business. And she even has a student today. So in case you have questions about student perspective, feel free to post them in Q&A.
Yeah, thank you, Nino. Just give me 1 second. I will share my screen. So this is it. So I hope you can see the first slide. Great, thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, so thank you again, my German university, the team of my German university, for the opportunity to present Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg today in this session. please first allow me to introduce myself. My name is 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘪𝘏, and I am not only study coordinator, program coordinator of the International Business Degree Program we are presenting here today, but also graduate from our university. So yeah, we do really appreciate the offer to share the program information today here with your audience. But I'm not alone today, as Nina already mentioned. With me today here is Jesile Kumson, our international student from the 3rd semester. So Jesile will also check up on the incoming questions maybe later in the Q&A session in the background. So yeah, feel free to ask Jesile directly. So from prospect to our testimonial, so to say, about your questions you may have in terms of the International Business Program. So the International Business Program, as Nina already mentioned, is a international bachelor's degree program, which is counts 7 semesters and where you can achieve 210 ECTS credit points. And we are located in the Bonn-Rhein-Sieg region, but for that a little bit later. One slide next. So okay, so let me take you on the journey of your future. So the presentation you will see in the next few slides will guide you through the key aspects of your academic and personal growth at Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg, starting with your campus. So you will learn a little bit more about our location, our campus location. You will explore your destination, your study destination, the vibrant environment that is awaiting you. Then we will dive together into your studies, highlighting the opportunities to build your skills and shape your learning journey, of course. From your journey abroad, so this is one of the major key modules in our international business program. You will learn how to get your ticket to get a spot in our study program. Yeah, so all that will lead you toward your future after graduation, after being graduated from the IB program. Let's get started. First of all, allow me to briefly introduce you to our university institution itself. So the Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg offers its programs across 3 locations. So the main campus is located in St. Augustine, in the next proximity to the city of Bonn. Then there is the Rheinbach campus and Campus Hennef. All 3 locations are situated in the Bonn-Rhein-Sieg regions. In 2025, so next year, mid of next year, Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg will proudly celebrate its 30th anniversary. So we are a pretty young university. And since its founding in 1995, the university has grown into a leading institution of applied sciences, recognized for its innovative programs, strong industry connections, and international focus. Specifically, this milestone of 30 years marks 3 decades of excellence in education and research and community engagement, shaping the future for countless students and professionals. Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg features 5 distinct faculties, offering diverse academic landscape with a total of 43 practice-oriented study programs. Among that are 22 bachelor's and 21 master's degrees. The university specializes in key fields such as management, computer science, engineering, natural sciences, and social security studies. The university is also home, of course, to numerous research institutes that cover a wide range of topics, including like detection technologies, genetics, sustainable development, and others. This strong emphasis on research fosters an innovative learning environment, of course, and provides students with opportunities to engage in cutting-edge projects. With over 90 partner universities in 43 countries, Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg offers our students a large international academic network, and by this it is committed to internationalization, of course, offering programs and courses in English, to cater to diverse prospects. The university maintains partnerships with institutions worldwide, facilitating student exchanges and, of course, collaborative research projects. Our university counts approximately 9,500 students on average. We count 150 professors and a staff of more than 300 qualified lecturers from various academic and industrial backgrounds, so from research, academic, and practice, of course. The university provides state-of-the-art facilities. As we are a young university, we are able to provide our students modern labs, libraries, learning centers, not only to support teaching, but also research activities. Additionally, our university offers various services to students, like, for example, the international office with its welcome center for international incomings, the language center with a broad network, broad offer of different language courses, and study program coordinators who are, like I am, in the international business program, who do assist our students individually in their academic and personal development throughout their study journey here in our university. So before we introduce you to the program, I would like to give you some more information. As we have heard about 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 and Freiberg, I would of course make some promotion for Bonn, the city of Bonn and the region Bonn-Rhein-Sieg, where we are located here with our university, Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg. The Bonn-Rhein-Sieg region is home to the Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg. It is a vibrant and very dynamic area in the Western Germany. So you can see here the Europe map in the right corner, and the German web on the right side. It's known for Bonn and its region is known for a rich history, actually, cultural diversity and picturesque landscapes. So the region offers an excellent quality of life. As the former capital of Germany, Bonn boasts a unique blend of tradition and modernity with international institutions, museums, and a very lively student community. Bonn is one of the oldest towns in general and one of the oldest university towns in Germany. 12% of all residents are basically students, together with the University of Bonn, of course. So that makes in total numbers, it makes kind of 40,000 students here in Bonn and region are students. So it's a very vibrant mid-sized student town, and it has a very international vibe, and so has a very warm and international welcome culture to our incoming international students specifically. Here is a nice picture of the city of Bonn. So with the Rhine River in the background, and of course we have the headquarters of the United Nations here in Germany. So you can see that in the background, the high buildings. For international students, the region provides numerous advantages. It has excellent public transportation network, of course, proximity to major European cities, and like for example, Netherlands or Belgium are quite around the corner, and of course a welcoming atmosphere, as I already said, with a mix of urban life and nature, including the scenic Rhine River, nearby Siebengebirge Hills, which you can see in the background of the picture. It is an ideal location for studying, networking, enjoying leisure activities for students. The area's international focus and economic strength also create opportunities for internships and for the future career growth in various industries that are also located here in Bonn and region. The Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg is so strategically located, offering excellent connections to major cities like Bonn, Cologne, and Düsseldorf along the Rhine River. International students benefit, of course, from the global connectivity through nearby international airports, including Cologne, Bonn, Düsseldorf, and Frankfurt, which is 1 hour far away from here, from Siegburg. Making travel, of course, convenient for students. Additionally, the Germany semester ticket, which is included in the semester contribution fee, we will come to that later, allows students to travel affordably across the country using the public transportation network. The International Business Program, yeah, let's come to the program itself, at Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg leads to a Bachelor of Science. Yeah, so we have heard about the MBA and Masters. So we are the undergraduate program today here this evening. We do represent a bachelor's degree, which is awarding 210 ECTS credit points. The standard period of spans 7 semesters, as had been said in the beginning, including a dedicated mobility window, offering students flexibility to pursue internship or a semester abroad. The program is taught entirely in English, ensuring an international learning experience for our students. The studies begin each winter semester only, so once a year. Typically, they start mid of September. And yeah, they are conducted, the classes and courses are conducted on our major campus location in St. Augustine. The program has been freshly accredited for the next 7 years, sorry, for the next 7 years by Aquas Agency. Yeah, now let's step with me into the global stage with international business at Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg. If you're wondering whether a program is right for you, take a look at our student structure. Our international business students are eager to acquire skills, knowledge, and a global mindset to thrive in today's interconnected business landscape. So with a practice-oriented curriculum, diverse business specialization areas, and hands-on group projects, they can build a strong foundation for their international career. Our students immerse themselves in a vibrant multicultural community with peers from around the globe, benefit from experts from academia, research, and practice, and gain real-world insight through internships and extended study abroad opportunities. With strong focus on languages, intercultural skills, and specialized knowledge, this program is the gateway actually to an exciting career opportunities in the global market. So if you can identify with all these points listed here, then you should definitely listen more closely and apply for the next intake in winter semester, because then this program is the right one for you. So what you can see on this slide is the curriculum of the International Business Program. And I don't want to get too deep into that, because that would simply just, take too much time. But I would just simply try to explain the structure. So the program is structured over 7 semesters, as had been said, offering a balanced combination of fundamental knowledge, specialization, practical experience, and of course the final thesis period in the 7th semester and the last semester. So the curriculum is practice-oriented and prepares students for a successful international career in the business world. A strong emphasis is placed on intercultural competence and language skills in our program specifically. All courses are taught in English. And so as you can see in the curriculum, the first 3 semesters focus on providing a solid foundation in business administration, international law, mathematics, statistics, and languages. The key modules here are like business administration, international business law, finance, cost accounting, micro and macroeconomics, and language courses. Yeah. Also, intercultural communication courses are also an integral part of the first 3 semesters. Starting from the 4th semester, students choose 2 specializations. So the elective courses give students insight into international issues and fields related to their core specialization. In addition to social, intercultural, and environmental skills, students also can learn various ways to use their creativity, to own their international network and interdisciplinary collaboration soft skills. The 5th and the 6th And the 7th semester is actually the extended mobility window we do offer, which has either a practical or a practical internship or a study abroad experience. The 7th semester is where the program actually concludes with a bachelor's thesis and complementary modules such as business ethics, and CSR management, international strategic management, and the final thesis defense, of course. Additional features in the programs are, of course, also included. So the practical application in this program, in our international business program, is integrated through simulations, project management, and the practical semester, of course, the internships, that's what the studies actually do in the 6th semester. The major subjects offer students the opportunity to specialize in certain subject areas or disciplines within their degree course to promote both not only the individual development but also professional prospects. In the 4th and 5th semester, starting from them on, students choose two specializations from a wide range of different areas, as you can see here in the bullet points, like business to business marketing, international financial management, management accounting, and so on and so forth. Plus, students can take specialization courses abroad within the extended mobility window that we offer them in the 6th and 7th semester. And there is also the opportunity for students to take further courses from the course portfolio in the Department of Management Sciences, where our study program belongs to, which is, for example, health management, economics, B2C marketing, controlling, and others. But however, these courses that are provided by the department are offered in German language only. So German language proficiency is required to take these courses, of course. The language concept, it has a plays a special role in our program. So the international business program is designed with a strong emphasis on language skills, reflecting the global nature of business today. So students are required to learn multiple languages throughout their studies, to enhance their ability to communicate effectively, of course, in the international settings once they step there for the career, actually, after graduation. The program includes courses in English, which is the primary language of instruction, and other additional language options, such as you can see here, it can be German, Spanish, French, or Mandarin. Other foreign languages, which are not listed here on the slide, may be offered, provided, of course, a minimum number of participants that has to be reached for a language course to be actually offered. So the language course offer is determined by demand, so to say, and is therefore variable. So if a group comes up and is interested, for example, to learn Dutch, then we have, for example, 6 or more students, then the course can be offered, just to make an example. The university's language center offers, of course, a comprehensive range. Currently, this is something like 14 different language courses. So there is a lot of opportunities for our students to take advantage of the wide range of different course offers. As has been said, the International Business Program offers an extended mobility window. Yeah, this is one of our USPs in the program. So the 5th, 6th, and 7th semesters, as already mentioned, the program includes a compulsory internship or a study abroad semester, typically completed during the 6th semester, to further develop the students' international professional skills, and is of the length of one semester, six months. So study abroad semester is one of the major modules in our program. Of course, students are obliged or have the choice between an internship or the study semester abroad in the 6th semester. you may ask yourself how to get the ticket to the program, and this is my last slide. I would like to finish my presentation here today about the international business degree. Here's the information you need to successfully apply for a spot ticket, yeah, to our international business bachelor's program. So applications must be submitted online via 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨. You find the information on our website that 𝘕𝑠ile will share in the, or Nina, I don't know, one of you, please, in the chat, which is an external but official application portal, yeah, of the dialogue-oriented service procedure. Who is eligible to apply? Students have to provide evidence of a school leaving certificate or a professional qualification or a equivalent. And prospective students from other countries must provide, of course, evidence of English language skills required for university studies. You can find the information on the respective levels. This is a B2 level based on a common European framework of reference. And others like ELTS or TOEIC, you can find the different scores that you need to bring in or to, on our website. So what else? The admission requirements are restricted. Yeah, so the admission is restricted. We have a capacity of 80 spots to offer per semester. The recent grade point average, the GPA, was in the last winter semester in intake 1.8. Last but not least, last information I would like to share with you. We are a state university. This means we do not take any, do not have a price tag for our program. We are you can study tuition free, so to say. You only have to bring in the semester contribution, which is approximately 320 euros per semester. This makes 2,500 euros for 7 semesters in total, only for your studies. So it includes the public transportation and student services. And yeah, this is, of course, an important issue for students, especially graduate students, that makes studying in Germany or a university in our program financially accessible and allows students to focus on their education and their studies without the burden of overly high living expenses. The application period is for the winter semester 25-26, goes until 15th of July and starts mid of May. Please check the deadlines also on our website. We will share with you. And these are the different fields you are free to concentrate, to apply for after graduation: marketing, logistics, project management, of course. And last but not least, our graduates, of course, are eligible to proceed with a master's or an MBA degree after their international business studies here at Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg. Thank you very much for listening, for taking your time. Your journey starts here. Are you ready? Please let us know if you need more information. We are here for the Q&A session with you now. 𝘕𝑠ile and I are all ears.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for the presentation, all the details.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody also for taking questions in the Q&A in written. 𝘱𝑢𝑒, also thank you for sharing the slide, the links in the chat. Some of them are double because I was also trying to share, and then apparently both of us did. So all good. You have double information now, dear attendees. All right. Now I will then take maybe a few questions, and then we can call it a day. I want to take the first one or two questions for Professor Stefan, which are as follows. The first one is, Professor, you need both GMAT and GRE. What about work experience requirement? Should it be a specific place or so, like a position, or it's flexible? And the second question is, if I have started with master and want to transfer to your MBA, would it be possible to recognize some of the previous courses as electives from the MBA program?
Yes, thank you very much. Very fast. GMAT and GRE is not both, it's either or, because they are really the same tests in a different version. So only one is required, but the English test is required in addition to the analytical test, which is GMAT or GRE. Now, for the job experience, we are flexible. We want students to have some job experience. This can be extended internships in the smallest cases, but we do have students with a year, 2 or 3 years job experience that come to us in order to prop up their education, basically to move up the career ladder in an easier way. We are flexible. We will look at all your credentials and decide on a balance then. So none of the job experience is not a sine qua non, it's not an either or criterion, but it's a criterion that we take into account when selecting. Changing from one master program to the other program is of course possible. First of all, of course, we admit students with a bachelor, and certainly with a bachelor in your home countries, and also in a bachelor from another university in Germany. If you are already in the master program and don't feel comfortable, then you might as well try to apply for another master program. And of course, there will be accreditation of modules that you have done that are relevant for us. But we, of course, have a very, very careful look at the reason why you change. There's one thing that I didn't mention that's really, really important, and that's if you apply just as you were applying for a job. That is your first job application that you will, or it's at least one of the first job applications that you will do in your life, and we will evaluate it in this perspective. So if you say, I don't like my previous employer, he's stupid, what tells us that you don't find us stupid either? Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Just one last question, very quickly. Can I do the MBA if I have a bachelor in sociology?
We require business or economics related bachelor. If your sociology has sufficient bachelor in it, then that may be possible. In the end, the GMAT or the GRE will show us whether you have the analytical capacity to understand business and economics related problems.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Professor Möllering, thank you very much for taking the questions in Q&A. So maybe just to voice one of them, I think you were already in written contact with one of the attendees, 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, who was asking about the GPA requirement, and then I guess Boone answered it at the end. So 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 was asking for 2.74 GPA. I don't know if it's a German system or not, so I posted the calculator to GPA, dear attendee. Would it be acceptable for your master? If I mean, let's assume it's a German system.
Well, this was a question to me, yeah?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh, we don't have a GPA. We don't have. This was about the GPA, yes?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, we don't select based on GPA. If you have a degree, you can apply, and then we'll see the whole package, if you like, right? We look at the applicant's profile overall, so we don't select just based on GPA.
And also for your program, there were a few questions I saw about, because it has tuition, about finances. There was a question about study now or study now, pay after graduation, or income, something related. Julia answered it's possible. So just to once more voice, application to a program, does it also mean application for a scholarship, or students have to do it separately? How is it with you?
Okay, yeah, thank you. The quick answer is that for this SNO program, we do not have a scholarship scheme. So the main support that we offer is that you don't pay the tuition during your studies. This is possible, but we also have a study now, pay later arrangement, which is not a loan, which is not a bank loan. It's simply a contract with the university that you will pay a contribution after your studies based on your salary, a certain percentage that you pay for a number of years instead of paying during your studies. This is the very special tool that we developed here in Witten for all our programs. And this makes it possible to study here without being able to pay the tuition right away. Of course, you still have to cover your maintenance in Witten. Witten is also a very affordable place to stay and to live. But for the tuition, we mainly have this study now, pay later arrangement.
Thank you so much. And finally, for Bonn, 𝘱𝘢 already killed all the questions, like all of them are fully answered. But to mention one, again, the GPA question, the answer is minimum is 2.8 GPA for the study program, but it's a bachelor. Do you still have the GPA requirement?
Well, actually,
not
it's an
all high
average
schools
grade.
have it.
Yeah, it's an actually it's the average grade of the school leaving certificate actually here in Germany. So it has to be overcalculated to the GPA system. That's correct. But in this regard, I would always advise to refer to our registers office, actually, so they can give the prospects qualified feedback if they are eligible, or how high are the chances actually to get a ticket for one of the spots in our program, or yeah, how high is actually the possibility to get in. So it always varies, yeah, from year to year, actually, depending on the number of applicants and, of course, of the average grade of the applicants that apply for the program. So yeah.
Okay. And you still have limited places, and then
yeah,
students
exactly, we have 80 spots to offer per semester. But not per semester, per year. So we start only once a year in winter semester.
Great.
80 spots.
Thank you so much. I still have two open questions, which are for Freiberg about the living expenses. I shared for that the international office page. So dear attendees, you can check that out. And another question is about how, again, I think for Berkeley Academy, it's mentioned how can one go for double degree. But again, it was mentioned in the presentation countries and options. So. And also I posted the email address from Professor, so in case you want to get in touch, please do so. I'm hurrying up a bit because I'm over time and I don't want to take dear professors and dear guests over time. So dear attendees, the main takeaway would be that start your applications now or tomorrow latest. Best of luck with that. In case you need assistance, you see how friendly those people are. Feel free to get in touch with them directly, yeah, I'm sure they will help you out or give you the contacts of people who will be more contact person for that case, in case international office, or I don't know, somebody else. In case you have general questions, feel free to contact us.